Yo, it's been a while. Since last time I fixed a lot of bugs, mainly relating to the roll mechanic. I've also just really improved and tightened up the overall character movement even more. I made a lot more sounds and some more juice elements. I finally escaped that first test room, and the character is now in a cooler, bigger, more sick test room. I've made more environment tiles and object sprites, and finally I've implemented a very basic enemy. So let's go over some of these things in a bit more depth. First off, the character movement. It feels way snappier now. By just tapping a direction button, the character accelerates pretty quickly in that direction and moves quite a bit more than they used to. I think this will be better for a game like this where quick direction changes will be key and dodging will be super important. To make up for the reduction in precision in movement though, I've also implemented a walk slow button. That way you can kind of just inch along a bit. I figured this can be used for more precise navigation, even in some bullet hell patterns, but also for like walking up to various items to interact with that need more slighter movements. I experimented with different light ball sizes and found it really fun to play with a smaller view radius. I'm thinking about making this a type of mechanic that will be tied to decision making and kind of necessitate some kind of frantic exploration. Maybe there will be a collectible currency that you can exchange at special machines for various upgrades. One of them being the large light ball. Among other ideas that are kind of popping in my head for upgrades are a health bar, more damage, a roll cooldown, bigger ammo clip, etc. Just a lot kind of pop into my head. I got a very basic enemy up and running as well. Right now they don't have a wander state and only aggro if you enter their vision cone or shoot them. So it's really easy to sneak up behind them, but I'll improve that. This is definitely a placeholder AI currently. It's still really fun though. I initially was handling blood with particle effects and then just setting the particle's movement speed to 0 after a certain period of time. That ended up really reducing the frame rate after I killed a bunch of aliens. Instead, I just instanced a blood sprite, and the sprite has a number of H frames that I just pick from at random, and then I also randomize the size, and that just ended up being way better for performance. One thing I added that I really like sound-wise are these gun handling sounds that I've tied to the velocity of the crosshair cursor. And I did this in order to simulate states of gun handling when you're turning around or aiming it up or in a different direction. So if you move the mouse slowly, the sounds are quiet and way less crunchy or handly. The faster you go, the louder they get. And then some of those samples are just straight up different samples that have a lot more mechanical crunch to them. Another easy addition were overworld particles. These just kind of add a lot more life to a scene without much effort. Finally, I made multiple attempts at various environment styles before settling on a general, framework for how I want to go about making tile sets. Here are some various different iterations of the tile sets that I was working on and how it's come along. So as you can see, having this extra canopy layer as a part of the ceiling/walls, it really adds to the feeling of height and depth. And also it's kind of a convenient workaround for a visual issue I was having with why sorting the gun against the sides of a wall. Because initially when the character would be up against a wall from the left or right side, the gun would still just kind of poke ahead above it. So this kind of helps with that. From here, for the next devlog, I want to focus on 3 things. I want to make new guns, I want to make better AI and more enemies, and finally, I want to really start getting into and working on and learning about procedural generation. So that's kind of the big one. Thanks for watching and keeping up with my progress. I really want to put up more devlog updates, but I've just been very busy lately. I've been working on this game a lot, but haven't really had time for making a devlog update, mainly due to finals. And then after that, a friend from out of state came up, and then we went rock climbing a bunch. And now the summer semester has started. Nonetheless, I plan on keeping them coming, no matter how slow I am at it. But hopefully I can kind of surprise myself and once in a while put a couple more frequent updates out. Nonetheless, thanks again and see you next time.